Hello and welcome to my jacket review. Today I'll be going through my jacket history, as it were, and explaining what I started with and how and why I bought the jackets I have, and giving you a little overview and my experience with each one. But I'm going to start with my Alpinestars, Alpine Tech Touring Andes 2. This is a bit of an older jacket. I bought this in 2000. It was my first jacket that I bought, and I've actually kept this one. Overall, I think, what did I pay for it? It's about £100, I think, at the time. It was something around that mark. And I think the thing that attracted me to it straight away was I was looking for a brand I recognised, and Alpinestars is one of those brands. And when I actually wore it, I've actually found it really quite comfortable. And it had here, like, its pockets on the inside. It's easy to put your phone in there. And it was on this side. There was lots and lots of storage. And that was one thing that I thought, oh, it was really good. Then it was the price as well. Like I said, it's saw the brand, saw the price, put it on. It was quite comfortable, and I thought, yeah, this is going to do the job. So yeah, I bought it. What's my favourite thing about this jacket? I think it's like I said, it's the fit, feel and comfort of the jacket, and that's I think easily makes it the best thing. There's a lot of adjustability, so here I'll just put on my little GoPro, just a little remote control, just adjust it here. You've got little adjustments here, even then on the inside when you open the jacket up, it's got more adjustment there, so you can actually get this, and then there's more on the belt, then there's even more here just to go and get that nicely in. And so I think it was I put it on, and this was the only jacket that I got to make me feel fit perfectly, and I thought, brilliant, sold. So what's been my experience with it? It's been generally quite positive. I went out, and for most of the year it was really good. I really like the reflective bits it has here. It's got more down here. Like I said, I've kept it and tried to keep it in really good condition, but also I like that I had the pockets on the outside, so I could put something here in the outside and easily accessible. But I think one of my favourite things, actually, this pocket opens upwards, and it's got this expanding fabric on it, so you can really end up putting a lot of things in there. This jacket, when I wear it, it feels more like a coat than a jacket. I use the word jacket, but I think it comes down, it's quite longer in the body, and even when I'm sitting down, it's covering it's coming down to the bike, and it's covering my bottom here from there, and it does give you that. Oh, it's also got little zips as well, so if you get water inside, it's got a little drainage zip, so your pocket doesn't fill in. So this is a waterproof jacket. The waterproofing, you can see that lining just there on the inside. It's there. It's behind the mesh, and I think that was when I really fell out of love with this jacket. I actually remember the moment. I was in Nottingham, and there's a railway line in Nottingham that crosses one of the roads. I can never remember. I'm terrible with road names. I'll ask Paulie or Chris and see if they can remember it. If he does, I'll put it on screen. But anyway, I was waiting at that railway crossing, and I was waiting the ages and ages, and it was absolutely chucking it down. Rain, rain, rain. And that's where the first weakness of this jacket actually came in, is actually the weight. It's the heaviest jacket I've got by quite far. This jacket's perfect, and if it's dry cold, even today, if it's plain dry and it's like maybe minus temperatures, but it's dry, this is the jacket that I will always go to. It's heavy, it's insulated, and there's actually another insulated layer that you can actually put inside, and it comes with this as well. So it's very, very, very nice. This is, for me, definitely a better winter jacket. So if you want to wear it, but I don't tend to wear these sort of layers that actually come with the bike. I prefer to put on some down, or I prefer to have my own insulated layer that's a lot more closer to my body, a lot more fitting. So if I do take the jacket off, at least that insulated layer is keeping me warm when I get off the bike. So these ones I don't tend to really wear. So it's very nice, clips into the jacket, got all the bells and whistles, but for me, as a general rule, I just take them out. I don't really tend to use them so much. This fabric is brilliant, but it absorbs water. It's like a sponge, and that's where the issue started for me with this jacket. It got so wet, it more than doubled its weight, and it was so heavy. And then the wind started, and it just chilled me to the bone. I can remember just going down the A52 with my teeth chattering on the way back. That experience really put me off. I absolutely love these pockets. I love the adjustability. I love having the zips on the outside, so I can come and go. But like I said, it just absorbs water like anything. That was my first problem with it. So when I came back, I hung it up and I said, right, I need to get something else. But there was another incident that then really just made me put this one away for a much longer period. I was actually in Birmingham, and it was a heatwave day, and I was on the bike, and I was wearing this. And I can imagine on a heatwave with a jacket like this, like I said, it's very cold, insulating. I was just getting absolutely cooked, and I said, right, that's it, I need to get something else. So I popped into my local J&S, and I got this one. I just said, what's the cheapest jacket, mesh jacket you've got? I need something light and easy, and this is extremely light. Oh, it's one of the lightest jackets I have, and as a mesh jacket, it's what I would expect. So it came with the armour, so I was able to put it on straight away, drive home. It's level 1 armour, and I think I paid maybe 50 or 60, about £60 maybe. At the time, there was an offer or something on it. Again, this is going back to 2001, and I thought, fine, just give me whatever you've got. Oh, my keys there. Yep, and just give me whatever you have. Took the cheapest one, and it got me home, and it got me out my heavy Alpinestars jacket, and that was a big change for me. And it was that, you know what, having the name isn't just as important. It's also important to see what the qualities are of the jacket. I need to actually go on. It's not the most comfortable of jackets. I don't find it as comfortable as that. And also this mesh on the front, it snags quite easily. It just needs to come onto something, and it just tends to pull. So that's been one of the things I've had to deal with this. But otherwise, it's got a nice zipped pocket in the front, 2 here, 2 at the top. I quite liked actually having a little pocket at the top. I thought that was a nice zipped pocket at the top. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Inside, they've got just one pocket here. I've got a couple of quid in there. Any interesting 50p's? Anyway, so I've got just a couple of quid in there. I'm always tend to leave a bit of change in the jacket. Holds my change, but I wouldn't want to put anything particularly more in there. It is actually quite light, and it's not really made for loading the pockets up, but it does zip up nicely. They've got this one at the bottom. It does tend to stick in. It does tend to fit itself together. It is a lot tighter fitting jacket. It has wonderful airflow. I do find around the neck it's much tighter fitting, and when I do have these on, I do find these tend to just open here and there when I'm going along. If I go and just lean over something. Now that I've said it's not going to do it, lean over something comes off quite easily. But yeah, overall for the money, can't go wrong. It's very nice. Got some adjustment just there at the back, and that's it. There's not really any great adjustment on this one. It's a simple jacket. It came with the CE Armour level 1. And for the money, it got me home, stopped me having a heat stroke, and so I was quite happy with it. At this point, I decided, right, I need to reassess this jacket business, and that's when I got my third jacket. And this is my third jacket. It's a Oxford Hinterland, and I think after the whole waterproofing incident, that's one of the things I looked into quite seriously. And it's got a tri-laminate, so it's got some serious waterproofing on it. And this is the jacket that I've now worn for the best part of the last 4 years now. And the sizing I actually did find a little bit off. I bought a double XL, and I found that quite tight, and this is a triple XL, which is fine a bit loose, so the sizing didn't really suit me down. But the important part here, the waterproofing, is on the outside. So everything's waterproofed on the outside, and on the inside it just has that mesh lining. So it's not any great insulation with this, but that works how I actually tend to dress. And I have my own insulating layer. If it's a reasonable day, I can put on, say, perhaps just a little 3/4 zip, or a quarter zip, sorry, or I can put on down, or even more if I need it. And oh, that's on the wrong way, isn't it? Oh, I need to correct that one. I just washed the jacket, so I've put that in the wrong way. I need to get that swapped around. Anyway. Good thing I saw that. This review's coming in helpful already. Yeah, so actually this has been hands down one of the best jackets I've ever had. I've took this around to Scotland, was it 2-3 times? I've been almost all my riding last couple of years, majority of it has been with this, and it's proven itself again and again and again in all conditions, whether it's very hot or very cold. Wherever it's been, it's suited it. It's done the job. And compared to the other ones, there's not much adjustment in this. It's just something at the bottom here, just to put it closed. And this one does sit higher in the body and does feel more of a jacket than a coat, as the Alpinestars did. But it's also a lot lighter as well compared to the other ones. That's one of the things. I put the weight on the screen, and I do really like these reflective panels here on the chest, and just coming down to here on the arm, and along these areas also have a nice insulated layer here, so that actually helps the airflow massively. And I think this one's actually made a difference into the body, because air flows into the body like that, while the Alpinestars was about here, and he just sort of went into the arm, and it was just more around the underarm, and nothing to, and wasn't really around the chest area. With this one, if it's very hot, I can leave a little bit open. It tends to flow, and like I said again, it's got the in the vents on both sides. This does have a pocket here with one of these nice zips, but this is one of my little bugbears. I think this is the only thing that I don't like about this jacket. The only thing that really irks me is this front pocket. It's quite short, but also is that I found that the zip itself just tends to fall down. And even though it's done it again, look, it just tends to go onto the side. When it's on its side, it's an absolute pain just to do up. Even though it's doing it now, but imagine you're on the bike single-handed and you're trying to get that up, and I just found the zip tends to fall down. So that's one of the things that it's almost stopped my use. And another thing, I think when you got your gloves on, you can't actually put your hand, doesn't actually fit fully in your pocket. I think it would have been nice just to have it a tiny bit longer or bigger, or have more space so when wearing my gloves, at least I can put my hands inside it to put things in. So even the shape of it it's it's a quarter circle, so it comes up right here and it follows it down. So you do literally just have that space there. It's not a nice big square zip, it is just a little pocket that comes in there. Yeah, apart from that, I really like it. It's part of the Oxford Advanced Rider series. I do like even the adjustment it has here in the neck. I can take that tab, move it around. Then if I even don't want to have this, I can take at least put it out the way, stop it flapping around. So I think this is a much better design jacket than the Alpinestars. On the Alpinestars, the armour for me did come just right to the edge of my elbow. On this one it tends to be about here. On the Alpinestars it was there. So the fit of this jacket's very nice. Oh, it's got a bit of an elastic there, just in that tends to hold. But this is a really nice jacket. The waterproofing's fantastic. The breathability is very good. And like I said, for 4 years it's been my trusted jacket, my go-to jacket. Almost anything that I want, whether it's raining, whether it's very hot, this has been the jacket that I've gone to, and I've absolutely loved it. And I'm still wearing this today, so if you see me about, I'll probably be wearing this one most of the time for 90% of my riding. So it has a massive pocket at the back, very spacious, very good quality zip, and I use this so much. It's so helpful and so useful. I do tend to put my hat in here, my gloves, and if even at the moment, look, I've still got my little baseball cap, so whenever I do stop, I can pop on my little baseball cap, put my hat, put my buff in here if I want to, or keep my spare buff in here, put my gloves in here, whatever other little bits and bobs I have, and at least I can get off the bike and I can walk around. So very useful space, very useful storage. Yeah, but if you're, I think there's some, this one's is coming to the end of the series now. A new jacket's come out to replace this one, but these you might be able to find on a discount somewhere at a very good price. What did I pay? I actually bought this through my school, my riding school, where they had an offer for students just to get them some decent gear, to keep them safe, where they're giving things at a discount, a very big substantial discount. So I paid a fraction of what it costs on retail, but if you can find this on discount somewhere, I would happily buy this one again. It's been brilliant, and I just can't recommend it enough. Plenty of protection, plenty of reflective parts everywhere, reasonably good visibility. I've washed it quite a few times, I've reproofed it quite a few times, and it's taken to it, and the fabric is still looking as brilliant as ever. As you can see, this is the only damage I have on the jacket. This is when I had a little fall when I was in Scotland and did my Transalpine. So I fell down and it just scraped a little bit on the floor, and the only reason that the cut's actually there is because of my bangle. So when I fell on the floor, the bangle I was wearing just scraped it out a bit. But apart from that, in all these years, nothing wrong with it. And it's still fine. Like I said, I can still wear it today. The fabric's still quite tough, and it's still doing me well. And this is my fourth jacket. I think I really enjoyed my experience with the mesh jacket, and I wanted something of a bit more quality, a bit more protection, especially in the summer and the heat that we never have in this country. And for my trip around Spain, I bought this jacket for a trip that never happened, that I'm still waiting to happen. I've really had fun wearing this for the last couple of years. I think I've had this maybe 3 years, coming on to 4 years. It's such a nice jacket. I think it's not as comfortable as the Oxford. It sits a lot more upright. It's not as relaxed. It has a different posture on it. It's a lot more off-roady, you know, in such position. But the material on this is brilliant. As you can see, even the high wear areas, after a couple of years, sometimes if it's extremely hot and I just need to wear something and I'm doing some certain jobs just around, I'll pop this on and I'll just wear this. This jacket is so light. It's the lightest jacket I've got, hands down. And the quality on this jacket is fantastic, but it is quite simple. You just have 2 pockets in the chest, and it's coming up to about there, and here in the bottom. It's spacious. It's very spacious. So it's got a regular shape. So it comes out into the corner and comes out like that. So it is very, very spacious. It's very, very nice. On the inside, there's not really anything much here at all. It does have a slot if you've got your headphones and you want to put something in. At least you can string your headphones through in this jacket pocket. And the only other storage on this jacket is on the back. Right, and so this is the back pocket. It does answer the third pocket, so you've got 1 at the chest, 2 in the chest, and 1 big one here at the back. But it's not as big as the Oxford. It's a lot smaller. But it does actually open both ways. So suppose if you had something massive to take, you could probably just leave 1 pocket open and string something through potentially as well. So if you did have something, you do that. You could do that. But it also comes with, I keep my little supermarket trolley coin when I'm out travelling, and also has a little aluminium whistle and tire deflator. So does it work? Yeah, very loud, but it is on the back. I think that's one important thing to keep in mind. If you do in an emergency need to blow the whistle, it might be better in the top pocket rather than being here at the back. I don't think there's actually anything in the front pocket for actually that to go into. So if that was in the top front pocket, that would have been perhaps a lot more useful, and better placed to use. I suppose you won't have to take that tire off, take the whole jacket off and then do it. But anyway, that's that. But also I think this is one of the things from here, is that the stitching here is coming a bit loose, and from here as well, it's it's just bubbling, it's just coming up a bit. I think overall the quality of the jacket is very good. I think it's a really, really good design. Lots of airflow here to come and help with the sweat, but it does, in this area, it does have this really nice and heavy material to give you the protection that you need. So this part's a bit softer and stretchy, so it does have some sort of more stretchier material here, while this is the hard, tough stuff. And so same thing here. It's stretchy. So it's got 3 different materials. It's got the mesh, it's got the hard, probably Cordura, that kind of material, and it's got that stretchy panels. And overall, I like the colours. It's quite mute, sort of stuff I like. Don't need anything too garish, I mean. But it has some reflection with the strips here as well, built into these harder wear areas. It's not overly branded. Yeah, but I think it's a fantastic jacket, but it was very, very expensive. It's nice just to know I've got equipment that I can rely on. If Linden Posket couldn't break it, it'll more than endure anything I ever throw at it. And so I think that's one of the things when I buy for this jacket was for me, was that it's something that's really tough, it's reliable, and it's the quality is there. And the Oxford jacket is just so good. It's brilliant in the heat, but this is way better. But is it ever hot enough for me to need it? Quite rarely. If you're looking for a mesh jacket, then this would be one of the ones to definitely have a look at. But thank you for watching. Take care, ride safe, and keep those adventures going.